So here it's just close to the bridge across the Red Deer River on Highway 27, and something's happened here, and some kind of truck that was going up, he's caught fire and it's burning quite merrily here. Other traffic is passing, so I'm just sitting here beside on that access road to the campground, and I'm taking this movie of the accident, the fire as it unfolds. Doesn't seem, I think any people have actually left the scene, and this thing is just sitting there on the highway burning. So I'll just run my camera here and see how the fire develops. It's burning quite heavily in the back, so I'll just sit here and I'll just turn off my car. We don't have any. I'm just sitting parked here and I can just see this thing through the gap in between the hills here. And just a nice perspective on the fire, and quite a ways from it. I'm on full telephoto, so the distance is probably about 300 meters or something like that, I expect. And I can see the flames billowing up from the front. We could get an explosion later on, that the fuel tank might go up, who knows, eh? I'll just hang around here and see what happens, I think. And so look, the traffic on the highway is just passing. There's no emergency vehicles here yet, so they'll probably be coming here within the next 10 minutes, half an hour, something like that. I got 38 minutes of video here left on my battery on the camera, so I'll just sit here and see how it all unfolds. So see, the traffic is coming by, and there's no emergency personnel on the scene at all at this time. I see the flames licking up over the roof. Just happened. It was just at the campground. We've been camping for a couple of days, and we were just packing up and getting ready to leave for home, and then we looked towards the highway and bridge, and there's something going on, and here's this vehicle sitting there burning away. Must have just happened. Won't be too long before we'll hear fire and ambulance arriving, I expect, and the fire crews will try to put the fire out. So here now the fire has started to lick on the other side of the vehicle. The thing will burn to pieces. It'll burn right out, I think. So I'll just keep running the camera and see how things developed. See, this highway should be closed down. As soon as we get fire ambulance on it, they'll close the highway then. But right now the traffic is just going past as if there's nothing there, because they haven't arrived on scene yet. So just one of those freak things that happens. Happens right where you are when you're there, and I happen to have a video camera I can use to keep an eye on it. I'll take some pictures as well. I'll just keep my camera running, because it'll show exactly how the fire is developing. This thing will be fully engulfed soon, and the traffic should be stopped on the highway. It shouldn't be going by there. If this thing explodes when someone's running by, they could take them out. I'm surprised that some of the people on his work site aren't getting involved in this thing and just stopping traffic. That's weird. It's just a common sense thing to do. There's billowing black smoke. I wonder what's inside that thing. Fuel tank will be full of diesel, so when that hits there, it'll probably make a bit of a show, I expect. And no people to be seen anywhere except the traffic going by. Ah! Yeah. I think it's worth taking the full video because it'll show how the fire is developing and where it started, and then it could be made available to the local fire investigation team, the insurance people, whatever. So maybe I'll just sit here and follow it until the end. It's not every time you just fall into a news story like this. Not very often at all. This car, let's slow down when you go by. By now, it shouldn't be too long before. Oh, here we have the first fire crews coming on scene, pulling hose, getting ready. Boy, I have a first-class view here. Absolutely first-class view. I'm sitting sort of quite a ways away on the road park. That's the access road to the Starland recreation area, just next to the Red Deer River by the Starland, the bridge across the Red Deer River on Highway 27. That goes east to Morin. Morin is not very far away, so I expect this fire crew here comes from that area. Maybe in the Drumella department. I'm not sure. That's only about 20 minutes away too. But the fire, they're now getting ready for action. So I'll follow them. Here he's got the hose going. He's starting to hose the flames. How effective it's going to be, we don't know yet. Now we're back in business again. The camera stopped running for a bit. So he's going out behind the fence there, the firefighter. And he's trying to get some water in underneath there. I mean, all you can do is to cool the flames down and hope you can get at them, but it's burning pretty good on the other side, as you can see. Now this guy, the second guy, he's got the apparatus on, see, he's got his oxygen on, so he can actually, I don't think he's got the mask on though, has he? Can't see it. Because that could be very toxic smoke if you get a whiff of that shit. I'm not sure. I'll have to tell one sitting and looking in the camera. I'll put it on the screen later on, it should be pretty clear. He seems to be trying to get water underneath there. I'm surprised they allow traffic to go by. I really am. Maybe they haven't got enough firefighters on to control traffic. I mean, if I was on this kind of call, there wouldn't be anything going by this truck at this time. The highway would be blocked. Absolutely. They should have someone up top of the hill there to hold the traffic at the top of the hill. And someone on the other side of the bridge as well. You see, there's not much you can do from this side of this fire, because unless you move on the other side, but you got all that bloody toxic smoke there. So who wants to get into that shit, you know? I wouldn't. Not worth it. I wonder if the tires are burning on the other side. That's really black smoke there. I'm just wondering whether it's the tires that are burning on that truck. And one guy's climbing into the truck. I don't know what he's trying to do there. Looks like he's going to be more aggressive. But, yeah. Anyway, it gives you some sense of what kind of risks the firefighters have to take when they attack a fire like this, because you don't know what's in that truck. Whether it's some propane bottles or whatever it might be, it could just blow up with a big explosion any time. You just don't know. He's trying to get at, see the fire inside there through the window. He's on a spraying through the window now. You can see it's really hot, because when it hits the metal, you can see steam coming off it from the heat, eh? So inside that thing, it's really hot. He's trying to get behind the truck to get at access to the other side, perhaps. He's spraying into that hole there, window. Actually, there's very little point in taking a lot of risk on this kind of fire, because there's no lives at stake. There's nothing to rescue, really. You know, apart from the truck itself, the front part of it, but you know, you don't want to be risking your life just for that kind of stuff. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, we'll just keep following this thing. Camera's wobbling a little bit. I'm just sitting in the car holding it by hand, resting my elbow on the armrest on the driver's side of the truck in the door. Now, I wonder if they're going to try and open something so they can get at it. But again, you got to be very careful when you do that kind of thing. One time I opened a window and a building was burning, and it was starved for oxygen, and the flames just leapt at me like a monster. Just when the oxygen from the outside air got into that house, it was just like poof. And I singed my nose pretty good, I think, at the time. Yeah. Now there's more white smoke everywhere behind this thing. I just see here this kind of terrain up behind the truck. And in front of me here we have the Badlands typical vegetation and all that stuff. So I just parked in a spot where I could see the vehicle pretty clearly. You can just see the top of the fire truck there. They parked it just up there a little ways. Hopefully they got the main road traffic stopped by now, so they don't allow any more people to come down that hill. Or the other way for that matter. Across the bridge. Looked like they had it under control. Here we're back again, and they seem to be cooling it down on the other side. Here there's somebody walking around having a look. Look like they're talking on the radio maybe. Yeah, they managed to get it cooled down there pretty good, I think. Yeah. Look like they got it under control. So what I'll do then is to, for now they'll be just working and cooling everything down, and nobody got hurt, no explosion, so looked like a good job. So I'll shut off the camera now, and we'll take it back to the computer and see what we got. Here's the fire truck parked, and here's the burning van. It's now under control, and it's just they're cooling it down now. So that's sort of the wrap up of this little reportage on the fire on Highway 27 on the east side of the bridge across the Red Deer River on the way to Moran. So here now I moved my car, and now you can see the situation with emergency vehicles and such, and how the truck is parked, and there's a long line of cars now up on the bridge, across the bridge and everything. Oh, something must have went scooting up into the sky. Something must have blown. See, there's the County of Starland sign there, see? Beside the truck. Now they're spraying, oh yeah, that was water. They're spraying water into the inside of the truck now and cooling it down and getting right at it now. So now they can have it under control pretty quick. Look like 2 fire tenders on scene. And now they open it up again and they're spraying inside, so they can get water right inside it. The 2 streams are going in, crossing each other by the looks of it, so they can get at all the different places. See, they need to have someone on top of the hill there to control traffic. People don't come racing down the hills and then oops, they have to stop quick. That's not good. Yeah, boy. They're cooling down pretty good now. So the action is pretty well over and everything, but it was quite spectacular when that thing started burning. Good deal, you fire guys.